Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello guys, my name is Livia Erlin. Today I want to tell you about national language and language planning. So, this video to fulfill my subject, sociolinguistic. Hope you enjoy this video. National language and language planning. National and official language. A national language is the language of a political, cultural, and social unity. It is generally developed and used as a symbol of national unity. Its functions are to identify the nation and unite the people of the nation. An official language is simply a language which may be used for government business. Its function is primarily utilitarian rather than symbolic. Official status and minority language. Many minorities would like to gain official status for their language, but the costs in the terms of providing service and information in all official language are considerable, and most governments count them carefully. What prize a national language? Many countries have regarded the development of a single national language as a way of symbolizing the unity of a nation. In multilingual countries, the significance of political power in the choice of national language is particularly clear. Planning for a national language, form, function, and attitudes. What is involved in developing a code or variety, whether dialect or language, so that it is suitable for official use? Addressing this challenge involves issues relating to the form of the variety, the function it serves, and the attitudes people hold toward it. There are generally four interrelated steps. 1. Selection, choosing the variety or code to be developed. 2. Codification, standardizing its structural or linguistic features. This kind of linguistic processing is sometimes called corpus planning. 3. Elaboration, extending its function for use in the new domains. This involves developing the necessary linguistic resource for handling new concepts and contexts. And 4. Securing its acceptance. Status of the new variety is important, and so people's attitudes to the variety being developed must be considered. Tanzania, selecting a code. Selecting a code, Tanzania faces the dilemma of which language to choose as its official national language. A language of the Bantu language family, which was widely used throughout the country as a lingua franca in many contexts. There were some obvious reasons for his choice. Swahili was already the medium of primary education, and so all Tanzania learned the language at school. Also, 96% of Tanzania language are Bantu language, so it could be clearly identified as an African language. Moreover, Swahili has served as the lingua franca of the anti-colonial political movement for independence, acting as a link between very disparate groups. All this reason made of Swahili. Codifying and elaborating Swahili. The fact that Swahili was being used in primary education and for administration means standardization was essential. Its codification involved developing a standard spelling system, describing the grammar of the variety selected as the new standard, and writing a dictionary to record its vocabulary, as Swahili was used in more and more contexts for education, administration, politics, and law. Its vocabulary was expanded to meet the demands of new contexts by borrowing freely from Arabic and English. Attitudes to Swahili. The role of Swahili in unifying the people of Tanzania to work for independence guarantee in prestige and positive attitudes, developing a standard variety in Norway. The government was then faced with a diglossia situation with Danish as the whole language and a range of Norwegian dialect as the L. Linguists' role in language planning. Language academies have existed for centuries, but it's also true that individuals have often had an enormous influence on language planning, and especially on the standardization or codification of a particular variety. More often these days, the nuts and bolts of language planning is handled by committees, commissions, or academies. Codification and vocabulary expansion are their main concerns. Acceptance. The acceptance of the chosen variety by the people will require the support of politicians and socially prestigious groups. Developing vocabulary. A language will need vocabulary for more specialist or formal domains, as with the case with Swahili. Acquisition planning. Acquisition planning is a type of language planning in which a national, state, or local government system to influence aspects of language, such distribution and literacy through education. As language status acquisition planning can also be used by non-government organizations, but is more commonly associated with government planning. Okay, I think explanation about national language and language planning is enough. Um, Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Bye.